my name is Melanie Hiromoto. I'm going to be demonstrating how to do a central line dressing change. The first thing to do is always check the doctor's orders. After, I'm going to close the curtain for patient privacy. I'd go into the room, I'd introduce myself to the patient, and verify the patient with 2 forms of identification. I'd make sure I wash my hands. I'd ask the patient if they're in any pain, if anything's been bothering them, especially in the area of the central line dressing itself. After, I'm just going to raise their bed to a workable level. And I can bring the bed up to a low phallic position, so not too high. Perfect. After, I'm going to make sure I have all my supplies. I'm just going to show the area that needs to be changed itself. I'm not going to touch the site. I'm not going to play with it yet, take off anything. I just want to see the site. Because it's see-through, I can also make sure that I can check for any irritation, swelling, redness, any abnormalities. I'd also check after I remove the tegaderm. So I'm just going to explain to the patient what we're going to do. So we're just going to change your central line dressing, okay? And we'd explain to them that when we do have everything ready, which I have all my supplies with me as well, we tell them not to touch anything. So especially when it's open and there's a sterile field open as well, we don't want them to reach out. We don't want them to touch the dressing itself or any areas near there. So let's get that started. You always want to make sure you have all this stuff beforehand. You never want to come into a room unprepared.
And I will also instruct the patient not to touch the wound and turn the head away from the central line to...
So this is the first part of the central line dressing kit. It has only one mask. If you have another mask, you can actually tell the patient or help the patient put on the second mask. In this case, there isn't. So what I would tell the patient to do after I put on my mask I would help assist the patient to turn their head away from the site. So in this case, it's a dummy, so the head's already turned, but if they needed help, I would help assist them look the other way. After that, I'm just going to tell them that I'm going to start removing the dressing or the tegaderm, whatever they understand best. I'm going to anchor the skin and start slowly taking this off. I'm going to apply my sterile gloves before I touch any of the sterile supplies for the central line dressing, because everything has to be sterile. It's a very sensitive place where a lot of bacteria can come in contact with. I'm going to grab the inside of the glove and help put this on.
And the other one, I forgot the word.
So the first thing, you can use these alcohol swabs. I mean, for this itself, we weren't really told to use them as often. And you can open them and put the swabs and clean them as well. So we're just not going to use this one. We're going to use the ChloraPrep, so you snap it. In this case, it's not really necessary because it's a fake dummy, but we snap it, and then after the alcohol will start moving to the little cushioning area. So we're going to clean vigorously and vertically and horizontally. And we'd also make sure that we clean the lumens itself just to make sure that they're clean and not dirty as well. Okay, so after that, we can throw that out. We would need a bio patch, so we don't have a bio patch in this kit. They're usually round, circular. They have a sticky, well, they have a plastic over the sticky side, so what we do is we remove the sticky spot and we place it right on the central line dressing area, and we push it down, making sure that on the Tegaderm side there's going to be a cut area, that the lumens are sticking out from that cut area, so it's easier to access. So the cut area would be here where this is. So after we push it on, make sure it's on correctly. Following that, we would
and I will put the bed down to the low position.
the Tegaderm is next.
Wash my hands.
Now for the Tegaderm, what we would do is we'd remove the sticky. And make sure that this goes right on there. We have to make sure that the sides are stuck on correctly before we even take this off. In this case, I double checked, I pressed, made sure that this is already stuck, so I can remove this now. That's well. There is extra stickies or kind of like tape on here. So we can actually use one of these and actually tape the lumen down. Just that it's not moving too much, it's not everywhere, it doesn't hurt the patient if it is a little mobile. After that, I can actually take these off. I would have a pen, I would date this, time it, and initial it. After that, I would just unstick it and place it on the dressing somewhere there. So I don't want to leave it too much in that area that's actually where you can see the dressing. I'd leave it kind of above. That way the next nurse to come in on the next shift would know that, you know, the last time I did it and who I was and whatnot, if they have any questions. After that, this off, I can help put this back on the patient. But actually, I would just double check the site again just to make sure that there's no redness, skin irritations, and ask the patient if they're doing okay, if it's bothering them.
My name is Susie Kuhn, and this video is for validation.
I'm going to just put the bed down to a safe height.
First, I'll check the physician's order, wash my hands, gather all the supplies I need, check the patient ID with 2 forms of identification, introduce myself.
And I leave their head at a comfortable height. After I wash my hands again, I would put clean gloves on again and clean up all my area, disinfect anything that needs to be disinfected. I would proceed after to ask the patient if they're comfortable, if everything's okay, especially in that site area. I would document any findings I found, any abnormalities, as well as just the procedure itself and what I advise the patient, any teachings. And that's it. Thank you.